Hi, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome. You can see I'm in my sweatshirt and wool shirt. It's never been so cold in Florida. I don't think it's very cold. But it's good to be here and to have a little focus today on our virtue that came up for us today, and that virtue was reliability. So I'm going to just say that just me being here today was reliable, so I'm happy about that. Let's read the description first, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Reliability is being dependable. Others can rely on us to be responsible. We genuinely care about keeping our commitments. When we say we will do something, we do it in a predictable way without forgetting or having to be reminded. We avoid taking on too much so we can give fully to what we choose to do. We finish on time. No obstacles can stop us from giving our best. When friends need us, we are there. We are promise keepers. So what a great virtue to focus on today. And certainly as I was reading that, you might have seen me smile a little bit when I read the sentence on avoiding taking on too much, because that's something that I think a lot of people do, where we continue to say yes to people and to projects and to new shiny objects that we get excited about. And so reliability, though, says that we're going to choose what we do, and we're going to do that with some mindfulness, right? That we're going to think about, okay, is this something that fits within my mission? Is it something that fits within my purpose? Is it something that is important right now, that is something that I want to do and need to do, let's say, to further a mission or whatever it is that we're working on. And so when those other things come up that are important also, we may have to at times say no. Well, in fact, we do have to say no. And in so doing, I think we allow our children and others around us, we give them kind of permission to do the same thing. And so we're helping ourselves as well as others to see that it's a good thing to choose what we do and to be very purposeful about it. And so all of those things, when we think about reliability, yes, of course, we think about dependability, responsibility, but we also think about mindfulness and purposefulness and perceptiveness of what is important and what is not important. And then, of course, we can continue on and accomplish the things that are important to us. And all of that takes clarity, right? So we need to, that's like the very first thing that all of us will sit down and do. And that is be very, very clear about what is important to us, and kind of I don't want to say a list of things, but we're certainly going to prioritize. And so if we've made a commitment to our family, then, that's a commitment that is extremely important. If we've made a commitment at work, we want to make sure that it's balanced with the other things that are important to us. If we make a commitment to a friend, we want to be sure that we're able to keep that commitment, because they no doubt are relying on us to be dependable. So if I tell someone I'm going to help them move, or I'm going to do something along that nature, I want to make myself available and be there. Otherwise, people get to a point, or others will get to a point where, they just don't trust us to keep our word, that they won't believe that our word is something that we're really committed to doing, and they may begin to believe that we only say things just to move on and not to be disturbed by them anymore. So reliability is such a great trait. I'm going to take it one step further before we talk about our kids, but being reliable with ourselves, I think, is probably one of the most important things, because if we can't depend on ourselves to do what we say we're going to do, then it makes it less likely that we're going to be reliable to other people. In fact, it would be easier for us to not keep the commitments if we don't keep commitments to ourselves. And so we want to look at reliability as a way of personal growth and as a way of dependability and a demonstration of our love and respect and dignity of others. So how do we teach our kids about this? How do we, and I keep saying teach our kids, and I don't mean that at all. What I really mean is, how do we bring out of them this virtue of reliability, which they already have in them, okay? They have that in them. Maybe some have it more than others. Maybe some are more, it comes more naturally for them, but they have it in them. So how do we develop that practice of reliability and balance it with other virtues where they can not only be reliable, but they can also be assertive and learn to say no and that sort of thing. First, by example, of course. But then when they make a commitment to something, do we insist and demonstrate to them the importance of keeping that commitment, demonstrating how it affects how others view them, how they view themselves, and the dependence that maybe a team has for them. So if they commit to learning a new instrument and playing in the orchestra at school, so it's time for them to do their practice, and so that because others are depending on them to play that at that time, or if they are taking on a sport. So we use whatever examples are coming up in their life, and not looking at things as what's convenient to us, but what was the promise that I made? And then recognizing in your family meetings that there's certain things that may come up that you really, really, really want to do, but because you have other responsibilities or other commitments, or other people are depending on you, that it may be something that has to wait to another time or in another circumstance that you're able to do that. And that really helps to develop in them this feeling of others depending on them and needing them to keep their word. And it also helps them grow in being responsible for themselves and keeping promises to themselves. So those are just a few of my thoughts today about reliability. And I hope that I am going to focus on this today, being reliable, especially to myself, to the promises that I've made to myself. And of course, that's going to help me be more reliable to others, because I'm going to be more careful about what I commit to. That's how I'm thinking about it. So thank you very much for being here. Let's all hope it gets warmer around here. And, and until next time, keep practicing the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families, and that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. All right, until next time, bye.